They are coming for you. The chosen ones have long anticipated this moment, and now its reality can be felt. It's palpable. There is no escape. You always knew you would be a target. You foresaw the inevitable confrontation, and now it has arrived. They won't confront you openly or attack directly. Instead, they will encircle you subtly through seemingly random circumstances, people, and pressures that appear innocuous. Yet, you recognize the truth. The stakes are immensely higher than anyone around you realizes. They come for you because they fear the power you hold, the essence of being a chosen one. Your mission's brilliance terrifies the darkness they embody, and their only goal now is to suppress, silence, and pull you down. But you must not yield. Retreat is not an option. Resistance is imperative. What they fail to grasp is that the chosen ones are primed for this very moment. From the outset, each obstacle you've overcome, every tear you've shed, and every time you've fallen and risen, you've been sculpted for this battle. Your strength is immeasurable, not derived from anything visible, but from your spirit, from forces beyond the mundane. They aim to destabilize you, underestimating the trials you've endured and the lessons each scar represents. Every hurt has been a lesson, a preparation they know nothing of. As a chosen one, you never step into battle unprepared. Everything you've encountered has been part of a grand design, and now is the time to harness that accumulated strength and wisdom. The forthcoming attacks, though more covert, are equally perilous. They will attempt to envelop you with distractions, plant seeds of doubt, and invoke internal fears that arise seemingly from nowhere. Using familiar faces and ordinary moments, they will strive to derail you from your mission. The enemy knows a direct defeat is impossible. Thus, they will seek to erode your resolve bit by bit, sapping your energy and making you question your identity as a chosen one. But remember, any suggestion that undermines your purpose is the greatest falsehood they can wield. You are aware of who you are and the power you hold. Nothing they do or say can alter that truth. They aim to instill doubt because they understand that if they can shake your confidence in your identity as a chosen one, they can destabilize you. However, your true strength lies in the undeniable knowledge of your own power and purpose. What you are experiencing now is not mere coincidence. The chosen ones recognize that everything is interconnected, each event part of a larger scheme. They would have you believe it's simply bad luck, that the hurdles on your path are random occurrences. But you see the reality. Every challenge they mount against you mirrors their own fears about your mission. You are here for a purpose far greater than you can imagine, and that is precisely why they are desperate to halt your progress. They fear that if you continue, you will unlock doors they have spent centuries trying to seal. The light you bear as a chosen one disrupts the darkness they strive to maintain, intensifying their attacks. At some point, all chosen ones experience isolation. You feel it, don't you? That sense of solitude, even in a crowd. This is part of the enemy's strategy. They want you to feel abandoned, to believe you're alone. Yet, this is another falsehood. You have never been truly alone. The isolation was part of your training, a period meant to fortify your spirit and prepare you for impending battles. A chosen one who walks alone is not weakened. Rather, he is someone refined through solitude's fire, emerging stronger and more resilient. They think isolating you from others has weakened you, but in truth, it has made you unbreakable. Your strength does not stem from this world. It comes from what is unseen, from forces that transcend the physical realm. They may attack using worldly weapons, but they fail to understand that true power is spiritual. Your connection to the divine anchors you, and it's this connection they aim to sever. They know that if they can make you doubt your purpose, your mission, they will succeed. But you must not let that happen. Your resilience is rooted in your spiritual foundation. too profound to be shaken by superficial assaults. Do not let the material challenges distract you from the essence of who you are. What you carry within is eternal, and that is what truly frightens them. They will try to exhaust you, employing emotional and mental tactics designed to sap your strength. They know they cannot defeat you directly, so they resort to draining your energy through seemingly minor conflicts that cumulatively wear you down. But remember, the fatigue you feel is not indicative of defeat. It is a sign of your engagement in the battle. While exhaustion is temporary, victory is everlasting. Do not interpret the burden of the struggle as a sign of failure. Rather, see it as evidence that you are making progress, advancing in your mission. That is what terrifies them. The loneliness they thrust upon you is actually your most potent ally. In the quiet of your journey, you've discovered something they can never comprehend: the power to hear your own inner voice amid the world's noise and chaos. You, chosen one, have learned the value of solitude, the strength that comes from within. They believe that isolation would weaken you, but it has only fortified you. Now, more empowered than ever, you are prepared to stand your ground, to fight, to prevail. For true strength does not rely on others' presence, but on the unwavering certainty forged within you. They underestimated your intuition, thinking they could catch you unprepared. What they didn't anticipate was that your intuition acts like a beacon, illuminating your path ahead. You perceive the dangers before they manifest, sensing the traps laid in your way. They may attempt to disorient you, but your foresight remains clear. Your intuition, a gift of the chosen, not only guides and protects you, but also offers a vision that transcends the visible. Trust your instincts, even amidst uncertainty. Your intuition will always lead you right. Remember, even when chaos surrounds you, you are guided by an unseen force. You are never alone, even if at times it feels as if the entire world stands against you. Spiritual forces, guides and protectors are always with you, fighting for you in realms unseen. They envelop you, safeguarding and guiding you, especially when all seems to be unraveling. This is what the enemy hopes you'll forget. They know that if they can make you oblivious to this divine protection, you're more vulnerable to attacks. But you, as a chosen one, must always remember, you are never alone. Your journey has been meticulously orchestrated so that at every moment of vulnerability you are supported by invisible hands, by forces that elevate you when all hope seems lost. This support is what keeps you standing, what drives you to persevere, even when everything around you appears to crumble. The exhaustion felt by the chosen ones is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your presence on the battlefield. The enemy might use fatigue as a weapon, suggesting you are close to your limit, that you can't possibly endure any longer. But this weariness is only temporary, a natural outcome of battling with all your might, a sign that you are making progress. Chosen ones are tempered in the heat of battle. Every drop of sweat proves your resistance, your victory. Remember, exhaustion doesn't define you, your resilience does. Don't be fooled into thinking that weariness signals the end. It's merely a pause, a moment to regroup, breathe deeply, and push forward. You were chosen because your soul can endure far more than most. Your strength isn't derived from physical prowess, but from an indomitable spirit, and your spirit is unbreakable. A powerful tool at your disposal is your words. The utterances from your mouth wield the power to give life or bring death, and this terrifies the enemy. Each word you speak in faith acts like a sword, slicing through the deceit they cast over you. The words of the chosen ones carry immense spiritual power. When spoken with conviction, they have the power to alter the atmosphere around you. Do not underestimate the potency of your declarations. When you affirm your victory, When you proclaim that nothing can halt your progress, the spiritual realm responds. The enemy's tactics falter because they cannot stand against the truth you declare. Use your words as weapons, declare your victory, affirm your strength, and watch the dark forces retreat, unable to withstand the light emanating from your speech. The faith of the chosen ones is an impregnable fortress. The enemy might try to convince you that your faith is fragile, easily swayed by adverse circumstances, but they fail to grasp that your faith is the bedrock of your power. They can assail your body, your mind, even your relationships, but your faith remains untouched unless you permit it. It is this faith that sustains you in the direst times, that keeps you standing when everything else crumbles. It is the source from which all your strength flows, and as long as you maintain this unshaken faith, you will be invincible. Faith is not blind belief, but a steadfast certainty that you are destined to prevail, guided by a higher purpose at every step. The chosen ones understand that the true battlefield is spiritual, not physical. The enemy wants you to think the stakes are limited to what you can see, but you know the fight extends far deeper. It's not merely about winning a temporary skirmish, but about safeguarding your soul, preserving the mission you bear. They aim to destroy not just your physical self, but your spirit, your purpose, your identity as a chosen one. If they can make you doubt your calling, they believe they've won half the battle, but you must resist. Remember who you are and what you stand for. Your victory is not solely yours, but belongs to all who rely on you, all who will benefit from the light you bring. The enemy is aware of this, which is why their assault is so intense. Chosen one, you are already engaged in the fray with no room for hesitation. The time for preparation is over. Now is the moment to act, to fight with all you possess. Every aspect of your being was tailored for this moment. Do not let fear or doubt immobilize you. This battle is your destiny, and victory is within reach, but only if you persist. The enemy will try to convince you that you're not strong enough, that the battle is too vast for you, but they are mistaken. You were chosen, prepared, and fortified for this very challenge. Nothing can halt your advance unless you succumb to self-doubt. This is the moment to stand tall, harnessing every ounce of your strength to fight like you've never fought before, because the final battle, and likewise the victory, may indeed be imminent. Chosen one, the battlefield stretches out before you, but understand that what unfolds is far deeper than what the eyes can perceive. You feel the gravity of this conflict, don't you? The enemy encircles you, observing and waiting for a lapse in your defense, a moment of vulnerability. Yet you are well prepared for this confrontation. Every hardship, every tear shed, and every pain endured has been your training for this very moment. Chosen ones do not falter easily, and you are persisting, even as it seems your strength wanes. They believe they can overpower you through sheer fatigue and the relentless pressures of everyday life. But what they fail to grasp is that your true strength lies not within your physical form, but within your spirit, a spirit that is aware of its indestructible mission. Continue to fight, keep pushing forward, because victory is nearer than you might think. Chosen one, the battle is waged on spiritual and emotional fronts, yet the physical repercussions are undeniable. They will target every aspect of your life, relationships, finances, health, attempting to shake your confidence and make you feel as if you are losing ground. The enemy employs these facets as distractions to weaken your faith and divert you from your purpose. However, you understand that these external conflicts are mere reflections of a greater battle occurring in the unseen. If you maintain the strength of your spirit, these aspects of your life will realign themselves. Resist the urge to focus solely on the immediate troubles around you. Chosen ones recognize that circumstances are mutable, but their mission remains steadfast. As long as you remain dedicated to your purpose, victory is not just possible, but inevitable. even through the most arduous paths. You were not chosen for an easy existence, but for a life filled with purpose, which means the challenges you face will be formidable. The cost of bearing this light is steep. Each step toward your destiny invites violent opposition from the enemy because your light reveals the darkness they inhabit. They cannot bear to witness a chosen one fully engaged in their purpose, which is why the assaults will be fierce and unrelenting. They will exploit those closest to you and utilize situations you could never foresee. Your resolve will be tested to its limits, but it is in these trials that you must recall who you are and why you were chosen. Your arrival at this juncture was not coincidental, nor a matter of luck or fate, but a divine appointment, a calling you were destined to fulfill. No onslaught can defeat you if you remain steadfast in this truth. An invisible force accompanies you, chosen one. A force the enemy cannot comprehend. They cannot see it or touch it, but they sense its power. You are fortified by spiritual guardians who battle alongside you. Whenever you feel isolated, remember the legion of protectors encircling you, fighting in your stead. What you must do is keep your faith vibrant and active, because it is through this faith that your protections are fortified. The faith of the chosen ones is not passive. It is active, dynamic. Each act of faith strengthens the defenses around you. You have never been alone, nor will you ever be, regardless of how fierce the battle may seem. The divine presence that surrounds you is unassailable. That is why the enemy strives to sow doubt. They know that your faith is the conduit for this divine protection. The enemy is aware of your vulnerabilities and will target them. But as a chosen one, your awareness of these weak points is your advantage. Recognizing your vulnerabilities is not a weakness, but a strategy for empowerment. It is through your vulnerabilities that you will triumph. The enemy may see these cracks as opportunities to bring you down, but what they fail to realize is that you are already prepared to confront each one. You understand where the fragile points lie, and it is precisely there that your strengthening begins. While they view your weaknesses as chances to strike, you see them as opportunities for growth. Every vulnerable spot they attempt to exploit is an area where you will become unbreakable. You are not defined by your weaknesses, but by your capacity to overcome them. The chosen one does not shy away from his weaknesses. He confronts them directly, transforming them into points of power. The silence that envelops you is not devoid of meaning, it is filled with preparation. They will try to use this silence against you, suggesting that nothing is happening, that your prayers and efforts yield no results. However, it is in silence that the most significant battles are often won. The transformations occurring in the unseen may not be immediately apparent in the physical realm, but you must trust the process. The chosen ones understand that divine timing differs from human timing. The seeds you've sown in faith are sprouting, even if your eyes can't yet perceive them. This is precisely why the enemy uses silence to discourage you, to make you abandon your efforts before you can witness the results. Do not be misled by what appears to be a void. There is fervent activity underway in realms beyond your perception, and soon it will all manifest physically. The battlefield extends beyond the external. The fiercest battles the chosen one faces are internal. The enemy knows this and will attempt to use your own emotions and thoughts against you: fear, doubt, and despair. These are the weapons they deploy to paralyze you. However, you cannot let your heart become a battleground. Your mind is the most critical terrain, and it is here that victory takes root. Guard your mind diligently, aligning your thoughts with the truth of your calling. The enemy may sow seeds of confusion, but you must dismiss them instantly. Maintain your focus on your mission. Combat every doubt with the assurance that you were chosen for a reason, and nothing can alter that truth. The chosen one possesses a power that the enemy fears above all: persistence. They understand that as long as you continue to move forward, they can never defeat you. Their goal is to see you surrender, for that is the only way they can truly stop you. But the true strength of the chosen ones lies not in never falling, but in always rising again. You have fallen before. You have been at your lowest, yet each time you rose stronger and more resolute. This time will be no different. They will attempt to knock you down, exhaust you, and make you feel as though continuing is futile. But it is in these moments that your persistence must shine the brightest. Keep going, even when all seems lost, even when your strength wanes. Keep pushing, because victory belongs to those who do not give up, and you, chosen one, are destined to win. The chosen ones are those who transform pain into power. Every struggle, every hardship you have faced has been a forge to strengthen your spirit. Nothing has been in vain. What the enemy intended for your destruction will become their undoing. God has used your past struggles to strengthen you, and now you are more formidable than ever. The enemy believes they can defeat you with the same tactics as before, but they fail to recognize that you have already conquered those battles. Each challenge you faced has been a lesson, and every scar you bear is now a trophy of victory. The pain you have endured has transformed into immense power, equipping you more than ever for what lies ahead. They may attack with all their might, but they cannot reach you, for you have been refined in the fire. The chosen one does not fight solely for personal gain, but for all those who depend on their victory. There are people who will be liberated, healed, and restored because of your steadfast resistance. Your victory extends beyond your personal triumphs. The battles you win pave the way for others still caught in the chains you've broken. You are inadvertently leading a spiritual revolution, and this is why the attacks against you are so fierce. The enemy understands that stopping you means preventing the liberation of many others, but you will not be halted. For chosen ones fight not just for themselves, but for the generations that follow. Your struggle is collective, and so too will be your victory. The weight you feel now is not indicative of weakness, but a sign of your ongoing preparation. Each burden and challenge is sculpting your resilience. The enemy sees your exhaustion as a precursor to defeat, but they do not comprehend that this very pressure is refining your spirit. You are being prepared for a greater purpose. The pressure you experience is merely the prelude to your impending victory. The world may seem oppressive, but the weight you bear is transformative, forging you into a stronger being. The enemy underestimates the extent of your endurance. They believe they can crush you under the weight of your burdens, not realizing that these very pressures are rendering you invincible. Your strength, chosen one, is not visible to the naked eye. They judge you by superficial standards, the physical, the circumstantial, but fail to grasp that your true power emanates from within. Your spirit is unbreakable. They may assail you in various forms and attempt to destabilize you, but what resides within you is mightier than any external force. The true mettle of chosen ones is not revealed in times of peace, but in the throes of the storm. You stand firm at the storm's epicenter, and every strike they attempt only fortifies your soul. You know that your mission transcends any challenge. You weren't chosen for an easy path. You were chosen to triumph. The enemy's most potent weapon is doubt. Unable to destroy you physically, they aim to seed uncertainty about your mission, your worth, your very essence. They wish to make you question every step you've taken thus far. But remember, doubt is a mere illusion, a weak tool used against those endowed with profound truth. You know who you are. Doubt only wields power if you permit it to take root, and you, chosen one, have transcended such manipulations. Your confidence is rooted not in fleeting circumstances, but in the divine mission entrusted to you. Do not let the enemy distract you with doubt. Your path is unambiguous, and you are well aware of its direction. Chosen ones may endure periods of isolation, but this solitude is not a curse. Often you felt alone, misunderstood by a world blind to your struggles. Yet this isolation is essential, strengthening your connection to the divine. In the quiet, you discover your true power. While the enemy hopes this solitude will make you feel insignificant, you recognize it as a direct conduit to the divine. You are set apart because your mission is unique, and what others perceive as weakness, you understand as strength. Fear is their last resort, because they possess no other weapons. When all else fails, they resort to instilling fear of the unknown, fear of loss, fear of failure. But they don't realize that fear no longer rules you. You've already confronted your deepest fears, and still you stand firm. Fear is merely the last desperate ploy of an enemy on the brink of defeat. You've conquered fear before, and now more than ever, it's crucial to remember that every step forward has been a triumph over the shadows. The fears they try to weaponize against you are just echoes of challenges you've already surpassed. You are no longer governed by fear. Resilience is the hallmark of the chosen ones. It's not about never faltering, but about persistently rising after each fall. The enemy believes they can overwhelm you with exhaustion, pressure, and adversity. But they fail to understand that the true strength of the chosen ones lies in their relentless perseverance. Persistence is your most formidable weapon. As long as you continue to advance, nothing can halt your progress. The enemy dreads your resilience because he knows that, ultimately, the chosen ones always prevail. Every new day you press on, each small step forward is a victory. Don't relent. Keep fighting, for victory is nearer than you imagine, chosen one. Your journey is intricately linked with the destinies of others. Your struggle is not just for your own victory, but for paving the way for many who will come after you. Each battle you win liberates others, breaks chains, and forges paths for those you may never meet. The enemy is acutely aware of this, which is why they fiercely oppose you. But your victory is shared, and every stride you take prepares the way for others to walk toward greater freedom. You have been transformed through your trials. Every pain, every adversity has molded you into a stronger, more resilient individual. What the enemy intended to use to break you has only fueled your strength. You have been refined in the fire, and now you stand ready, more equipped than ever. The enemy might resort to old tactics, but you have evolved. You have overcome and are now poised for victory. The quiet you experience is not a sign of inactivity, but of divine preparation. Behind the scenes, forces are aligning in your favor. The most significant victories often emerge from periods of silence. Do not be misled by the calm. A storm of power is brewing, one that will revolutionize everything around you. You are primed for this precise moment, and your mission is just beginning. Victory is already inscribed for you. Persevere, because your fight extends beyond yourself. Chosen one, you are the beacon that dispels the darkness. The enemy attempts every conceivable strategy to extinguish your light because he knows that as long as you shine, he cannot triumph. Your purpose is to illuminate the darkest places, and this disrupts those who dwell in shadows. But do not let the darkness intimidate you. You are destined to radiate light, to bring illumination where there is obscurity, and this is your ultimate weapon. Keep shining, even when the darkness feels overwhelming. Your light is indomitable because it is derived from a source the enemy can never reach. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the growth of my faith. Help me trust you even when physical evidence is lacking. Let me believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm me. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not harm, to give me a good future. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice. I offer up this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your journey and how you are preparing for your own triumphant return. If you'd like to support our work, please consider contributing through Buy Me a Coffee. This helps us continually improve our content to offer you the best. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. Don't stop here. Watch our next video for powerful revelations about the signs that reveal you are the chosen one. We've enjoyed following this spiritual journey with you. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Keep shining brightly and embrace your destiny with courage. See you next time.